I think there's two big things. One of them is something that's often stated, but it bears repeating, right? Which is very much, it's tough to control the message online. And often what you can do is you build a great platform for people to talk. That's one of the things we did with ROFLCon. When we originally started to do the conference, we said, well, maybe it'd be a great idea to set up who we wanted on panels and then slot people into them. And then we realized people would hate that. So what we actually ended up doing was just invite everyone that we thought was really awesome, and then carve the event out of that, actually. And it ended up working really to the strength, I think, of the conference. So that was one thing that I think that was really important. And then the second thing, I guess, is maybe to recognize that a little bit actually goes a really long way online. I think my sense of it is that traditional PR is very concerned with sort of very large-scale campaigns. And often that's not what's needed online. In fact, it can come off pretty poorly online. And so one of the things that ROFLCon found was that very small kind of discrete executions actually ended up being the best thing to do. So I guess maybe those two things, I don't know if they're immediately applicable, but there's two really. One of them was from Christina and Alexis, who spoke this morning. They run a little outfit called Bread Pig. And the idea of Bread Pig is it's basically like doom and zone for geeks. And they've done really amazing things because what they've done is they both are really kind of tied in with the geek community. And so what they've done is they've gone to various nonprofits and charities and said, if you guys go a little further, we'll go a little further for you. And so they have charities who do special things for those kind of subgroup communities. And as a result, they get a lot of traction. They're perfect. So I think that's really great. Another community that's been really great is also the Think Geek company, who's done really, really awesome things. Both are kind of definitely in sort of the nerd space, so I guess they might be more sort of specialist in their outlook. But I think there's a lot to learn from both of those companies. I think what we're seeing at ROFLCon, I think the big trend is definitely going into next year is this really interesting interface, I guess, between business and internet culture. Because they're really starting to converge at the point where a lot of mainstream culture is becoming internet culture, and then it's actually going the other way around as well. And there's this really difficult problem about what you do in that space. It's never happened before, to a certain extent. It's never been scaled up, right? The idea that someone can write a blog called Stuff White People Like and end up doing, I think his book's been on the New York Times bestseller list for like
not offending people, right?
Oh yeah, no, amazing, right? Yeah, and I think that's an amazing thing that sort of thing can happen. But it really raises some interesting questions, right? Because there's people who are trying to meld these models, perhaps in sometimes ways that work and sometimes ways that don't. But I think that interface is, I think, is really characterized 2011.